Hello everyone, welcome to our series of Fireside Chats with our ORAC members. These members have been with us for many years, so we're very excited to hear their stories and hear how they are empowering other women in the industry today. I'm here with Karen Allen from CoolCheck. CoolCheck has been an ORAC provincial member for 29 years, so we're very excited to have Karen Allen here to share her stories and her great insight with all of us today. So Karen, can you tell us how long you've been working at CoolCheck?
Well, this year it is my 20th anniversary for working at CoolCheck, and I'm really excited because in our company we celebrate longevity and award the employees. And for 20 years I get a cruise.
Ooh.
But there's not too much cruising going on right now, so I don't think I'll be using it for a while.
Mm-hmm. I did hear that you've worked at Disney in the past. I can imagine that that would be a very exciting place to work. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. My job at Disney was really exciting. I worked for the president of all of Canada for Walt Disney. He was a great old guy. It was in the last part of his years working there that we worked together. In the capacity as his helper, I got to organize all the social events for Disney. So I was planning the golf tournaments, the Christmas parties, and it was really fun to work there. Like normal offices have like legal books and things like that. At Disney, they don't. They have toys and children's books, and you can imagine what the atmosphere would be like there. I know when I first started there, it was my first week there, they said, "You have kids, don't you?" And I said, "Yes." They said, "Can you bring them into the office and let them play with some Lion King toys?" Because Lion King was just coming out.
Aww.
And they came into the office and a photographer was there filming them playing with the toys. And they were on the front page of the Toronto Star Life section
Wow.
in full color the next day. So that was pretty exciting. And yeah, one of the perks also was we got free clothes. All the people purchasing licenses would have to give samples of
Yes.
everything. So they would distribute those amongst all the employees. And I would come home, my kids loved it. I had trunkfuls of Pocahontas fringe and
Oh, wow.
Mickey Mouse. And then one day my son said to me, "Mommy, I'm sick of Mickey Mouse. Can you go work for Nike?" So I ended up going to CoolCheck instead.
So how did you get started in your career in HVAC?
Well, my husband owns the company and he wanted somebody to come in and do some collection calls for some past due accounts. So they stuck me, I say it was the broom closet in an old office,
no.
had boxes and brooms and dustpans,
gosh.
and I just started phoning customers that owed money to us. And then I started thinking, hey, they could use my expertise a little bit around here because they're doing this wrong and this wrong and this wrong. So I actually sort of brought all the business acumen that I had acquired over the years and brought it into the office.
That's amazing. I'm sure they love the Disney experience as well in the office.
Well, when I started back in 2000, they didn't even have voicemail yet on their phones. They used those little pink, while you were away, so-and-so called. They were piles of them all over the office. So I ended up setting up a better phone system. I grabbed the domain name. I started getting emails. So it was just on the cusp of the technology opening up. So I always say that I took CoolCheck from Sleepy Hollow to Star Wars.
That's definitely a great analogy. It's awesome to grow with a company as they're growing as well. What does a typical day look like for you at CoolCheck?
Well, a typical day for me would not be a typical day for most employees because my husband owns the company and I am semi-retired. I sort of have my own schedule.
Very nice.
I come in a couple days a week with my cappuccino and my dog. The dog actually has her picture taken and is on the wall of all the pictures of the
Oh, my
employees. We
gosh.
have the dog's picture up there too.
That's adorable.
So I will come in and I would have a service meeting with the service department and discuss outstanding quotes and things like that. Then I would spearhead the receivable meeting after that. And I could go anywhere in the day from discussing marketing initiatives, the men's uniform program, customer relations, and just ordering lunch for the employees. Every day is different and every day is interesting.
Well, it sounds like a very nice place to work. What's the most unusual thing that's happened to you at CoolCheck?
Well, I have a couple things that I thought were unusual and pretty funny, actually. One of them was on the customer's file. I just read this recently. It's a veterinary hospital, and they have a big note on the file that says, "Do not send Dave back to this location. He's very loud and he scares the animals." And then the other time I thought was really funny, we had a technician that went on vacation to Acapulco, and he came back with a little bit of an issue that he had to use the washroom frequently. And he was up on a roof, and well, you know where this story is going. He was up on the roof, and he was on medication, the poor guy, and he couldn't contain himself. And well, it was poo-poo. No, it wasn't poo-poo, it was pee-pee.
Oh
and
my gosh.
he relieved himself on the roof, which was, funny, but apparently a lady, it was a women's shelter, looked out the window and saw this, she was with her daughter, and they were none too happy about that. So I had to write the most groveling apology letter, but he was never allowed to go back to that location again.
I can imagine.
Crazy.
Well, it's never a dull moment
Yes.
working in this industry, that's for sure. What would you say to other women who are considering getting into the HVAC industry now?
Well, for me, HVAC is like managing the company and the people. You can be selling any commodity, whether it's Mickey Mouse or the infrared tube heaters. Maybe one's more sexy and more fun to sell, but really it's a commodity. So I would say that have fun with what you're doing. It's about forging relationships with your customers, your suppliers, and the employees, and just have fun with what you're doing.
Absolutely. What's your favorite part of being an ORAC member?
Oh, Dino Russo. No, Dino is a lot of fun, and it's really the people that you meet at ORAC and the sense of community that all the contractors can get together.
Yes.
But I'd say the trips are pretty amazing too. Some of my favorites have been Arizona, Bahamas, and Vegas.
Wow.
So it's been exciting and it's been really fun. And just the people that you meet they're such wonderful people.
Absolutely. I think the ORAC trips and events are something that all of our members definitely look forward to, and the great friendships that they forge while they're on those trips as well. What are one of the biggest challenges that you've faced as a woman in a male-dominated industry?
Well, I think back in the day when I started out, which was prehistoric, women were encouraged to be nurses and secretaries and stewardesses. You were allowed to call them stewardesses back then, and secretaries. And I was sort of pushed into that role. And funnily enough, we were laughing because my first job was at the Franklin Mint, which was a mail order company out by the airport, and one of the girls that worked there was actually Dolores.
No way!
And yeah, she was like 19 and I was around the same age. So yeah, we actually worked together. How would I know that she'd ever be here and so famous?
That's such a small world.
Yes. Well, back to the challenge. The challenge for me, I guess, would be to grow outside that stereotype that the secretary, support person, and move into the managerial role in such a male-dominated industry. So,
absolutely. What's something that you would say you're most proud of from your career?
There's a couple things I'm really proud of. I was part of the ORAC Safety Committee, and we were learning how to put together safety policies for WSIB, and we were audited. CoolCheck was audited twice, actually. I think we were the only company audited 2 years in a row, and I did really great on that, so I was proud of that. The other thing I was very proud of was back in 2014 when ORAC asked me to spearhead the first Women's Day. It was to put the focus and the emphasis on women, and they asked me to spearhead that with them, which was really fun. But I think the most proud for me is the fact that I've had a hand in shaping CoolCheck, my husband's company, or our company, and we talk a lot about work at home. It's not pillow talk, but almost.
Yes.
And for us, we're celebrating 30 years next year at CoolCheck, and it's like I have a son, I have a daughter, and I have a company, but most important, I have the dog.
Oh What's the dog's name?
Bentley.
Oh, that's
Yes.
so cute.
So really just helping shape the company,
Yeah.
to me, it's like watching your child grow.
Absolutely.
It's been very fulfilling.
That's amazing. Well, it sounds like you've had a very fulfilling and amazing career at Cool Chuck. Thank you for your great insight and your stories today, Karen. I'm sure everyone's going to love hearing them. And we hope that you enjoy the rest of the Women's Day event.
Thank you so much for asking me. It's been fun.
No problem.